Hello to everybody. So as Pia said, I'm a volunteer in the community of Sant'Egidio since several years. More particularly, I'm involved in the work with people with special needs, where we meet. We have art labs. We think it's important to give a space to, especially the poor people or the people with more fragilities in the city. So we have these art labs and we have this restaurant, which is a very special place, because I think we need to give a place to everybody. The church is called to do that, and these are places where we had the fantasy that we try to be creative to find these spaces to meet and to be allowed to give people their dignity. I don't know, Pia, if I can talk also about Villetta della Misericordia, or you want me to talk about it later? Okay, please, so because I think it's a beautiful example if we talk about estate and about how we're making use of the buildings, the patrimony of the church. There is this story of the Gemelli Hospital, which you will maybe know. It's the big Catholic hospital in Rome. On their grounds was an empty building, and on their grounds live also many homeless people. Many of them sleep in the waiting room of the emergency unit in the night. Many of them are very ill, people on the street, most of them abandoned by their family, by their friends, and so the loneliness is very hard. So with the community of Sant'Egidio, in our experience, we have to take care of those who are fragile in the city. We proposed to the Gemelli Hospital to use that empty building to host these homeless people. And it became a very nice collaboration. I like to call it a synergy between the hospital, the community of Sant'Egidio, the foundation who owns the building, and also the Catholic University, who is on the same grounds. And all these people together, they managed that this building was renovated, and this building now hosts 20 homeless people. It was in the year of mercy between 2015 and 2016 that this initiative was started, as Pope Francis asked to leave tangible signs of mercy in the city. And so now these people live there. The house is completely run by volunteers. So these homeless people have a shelter. For many of them, it's like a bridge towards a more final house, which we help them to search. But for the time being, they don't live on the street anymore, which is very important. If we talk about the church patrimony, well, let's use this patrimony to keep. But the street is very hard. It takes away every dignity of a person, and so it's a beautiful example. I think this house is called La Villetta della Misericordia, so the house of mercy. And so these people there they have their rooms, they have their volunteers who care for them. They receive food, which is catered for by the university. And so it changes their life radically. And so there we see that sometimes with some fantasy, some small, to find also ways of collaborate among various institutions inside the church, that we can really change the life of people. And that's what we really should, that's the most important thing. That's the mission of the gospel of the church. So for the time being, I would say this is the most important first input.
Thank you, Sophie.